Hey everybody, Jeff with the Grand Lake Outdoor Report. As always, thanks for listening. We KGVE and us over here at Lucky Strike, Grand Time, and mentioned that Mike over at Excalibur Sporting Goods is the sponsor of the Grand Lake Outdoor Report on KGVE now, and I would really like to throw him a plug. You know, I've been out there several times to buy ammo and guns, and I haven't really been in the gun market a whole lot here recently. The last few times that we've bought ammo and guns, we've been down to L&L Outdoors, and those guys do a great job down there in Jay. But Mike also does an excellent job over at Excalibur Sporting Goods there in ammo, and then he's got a nice shooting range out there. So make sure that you go over there and visit him. He's very knowledgeable, and he seems to like to work with you too. Hey, the fishing at Grand Lake is just fantastic. We've got a big holiday weekend coming in. I know there's going to be a lot of people out fishing early before the big boats and the wave runners and everything start piling into the lake. It does look like we've got some thunderstorm chances, which is nothing new for Memorial Day in Oklahoma. I was telling my wife, Patricia, a few days ago, I said, it's, living on the lake and being in a high traffic area like we are right there at the point of Shangri-La, we get to see a lot of things. And some of the most entertaining memories we've had over Memorial Day have been when the thunderstorm rolls in and everybody leaves Courthouse Hollow and everybody leaves Woodard Hollow, and they are heading back toward the other end of the lake. And man, I tell you what, you talk about some craziness. You let a thunderstorm roll in about 3 o'clock on Saturday or Sunday afternoon at Grand Lake while everybody's out having a good time, and man, you're going to see some people driving some boats. So make sure you are stay safe out there. If you get in a squirrely situation like that, just pay attention to what everybody's doing, everything around you. We do have some novice people that rent boats and even buy boats, and we've got people on the lake that don't really know the lake, and they get lost and confused and turned around and panicked, and so that's how accidents can happen. So just be aware that in the afternoons we could end up with a pop-up shower at Grand Lake, and sometimes that can just create havoc for everybody. I've been out fishing quite a bit. I've been over at the Honey Creek Bridge fishing. I had a couple of my friends out, Ken Raines and Mike Murray. I had them out with me over the weekend, and man, I think we kept 30 keeper crappie, and we probably had, I don't know, we probably let that many, maybe 15 or so small crappie go, and then I bet we caught well over 50 white bass. And we were catching all of those fish on a excuse me. We were catching all those fish on a 2.5-inch swimming minnow from Lucky Strike. I was using black and chartreuse, which is the old school color. Mike was using just the knockout color, which is clear chartreuse. And Ken was using the knockout color, which is clear chartreuse. We were using 1/8 ounce heads, and we just fished all around the bridge. Sometimes we were out in the sun. Sometimes we were up under the bridge. There was people trolling. There was people coming through the bridge. There was pontoon boats anchored under the bridge catching fish on minnows. And we really had a good fishing trip. And then we went over to Bernice Bridge, and I took Patricia over there, and we really got into a bunch of great big sand bass over there. Again, we were using, the swimming minnow, 2.5-inch size, old school, moonshine, knockout. Those colors were fantastic. 1/8 ounce heads. Patricia really had a good time casting up and catching them. There were some fish surfacing. We checked some brush piles out on the main lake, and there was fish in the crappie in the brush piles, but it was so windy that we really didn't feel like staying out there and fighting them. That's pretty big water over there around Bernice, and from Governor's Island to Bernice Bridge, in there around Blackberry Island and Snake Island. And then, guys, the fishing's just going to be great for trolling over around Sweetwater, Governor's Island, the islands around Shangri-La, Fifth and Boston. All of those places are going to have a lot of white bass, sand bass on them, and there'll be some crappie mixed in. Goat Island will be a great place, but you're going to have to get that done early in the morning or late in the evening if the big boats are out and running. Some of those are in high traffic areas, so just make sure that you keep an eye on to what's going on. We want everybody to have a safe and fantastic holiday around the shores of Grand Lake. I'm looking forward to making some barbecue ribs and having a couple adult beverages, maybe smoke a cigar there on the back deck, and just the people watching and the boat watching sometimes is just about as fun as being out there. So we're planning on having a great weekend, and I hope everybody else does too. Hey, a couple things before I go. Please jump over and visit my wife's new website, ongrandtime.com. She's got a print-on-demand website with lots of really cool knick-knack things and apparel and Grand Lake stuff, all custom artwork designed, and not a bunch of recycled artwork that has been around Grand Lake for a long time. So if you're looking for a really unique gift, a pillow, a blanket, a towel, T-shirt, cap, stickers, coasters, visit ongrandtime.com. And as always, we appreciate everybody that's been coming over to LuckyStrike.com and checking out what Toby Keith and I are doing at Lucky Strike with the American-made hardbaits in Greenwood, Arkansas. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll talk to you next week.